Que pedo, they say, with a grin or a frown. A phrase that's as strange as it is renowned. It means, what fart? But don't be confused. It's not about smells. It's how it is used. When greeting a friend after quite a long while, que pedo, you shout, with a laugh and a smile. But when something odd makes your mind start to race, que pedo, you say, with a look on your face. And when someone's angry and wants to fight, que pedo, you ask, ready to take flight. It's all in the tone, whether playful or snide. Que pedo is versatile with nothing to hide. So next time you're puzzled or want to connect, give que pedo a try. It'll have an effect. From greetings to brawls, it's the phrase for the day. Just remember, my friend, how to use it the right way. Que pedo.
Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravos Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. Is it chilly enough for you guys? It is a little chilly this morning, and I looked at the temperature gauge, and it is colder than usual. Let's just say I'm accessorized, and I hope you're keeping warm with a nice cup of coffee. It's great to see you today. Today is December 26th. Christmas is over. Hanukkah has just started, so Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to everybody that celebrates. And now it's time to move forward with whatever news we collected to share today. I hope you had a good Christmas if you celebrated. And if you didn't celebrate, I hope you had a good whatever it is that you chose to do. I was going to go and find myself a little Christmas something to eat, but then I realized that I had pre-cooked so much food that it was exactly what I wanted, which is Netflix and binge. And crochet. I was just gifted an unexpected amount of yarn, so I went a little crazy. I won't show you what I did, but because it's not finished yet. But I did a monster blankie. But all is good. All is good. I'm going to share with you a few bits of news. As always, if you have something interesting to say, please feel free to add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment. And if you're watching live for the first time, feel free to let us know by writing the capital letter N as in new, and we'll give you a nice little welcome. Let us take a quick look at our headlines for this morning. And we start with something that we already know, but we might as well think about this. Now that Christmas is over, Puerto Vallarta is anticipating the arrival of thousands of tourists for New Year's celebration, bringing hotel occupancy over 90%, with some hotels reaching full capacity. And we're talking 28,000 rooms, so you do the math. Wherever you choose to be, just make sure that you party with enthusiasm, get home safely, and continue to stay away from Costco, because I don't think it's going to be any better to go to Costco until next year. I could be wrong, but I'm glad I don't have to. But again, whatever you choose to do, make sure that you party with enthusiasm and get home safely. The question is, what are you wearing on New Year's Eve? And I'm not talking about that lovely outfit you picked for yourself to wear on that shindig that you've been invited to. Have you noticed how department stores seem unexpectedly saturated with red underwear for men and women? During my recent Mexican holidays tradition presentation, some of you were taken by surprise when you learned about the ritual of wearing underwear of a specific color on New Year's Eve to attract certain things. For example, many people pick yellow underwear to attract abundance for the following year. Of course, if you want love and passion, you wear red. And if you want money, you wear green. That is a total no brainer. But here's another Mexican tradition, maybe happening elsewhere, but we know we do it here in Mexico. If you see folks walking around outside on New Year's Eve schlepping empty suitcases, the reason is quite simple. They are simply manifesting interesting and wonderful travel opportunities for the new year. So you know what to do. You step outside, you look at your neighbors walking crazily with a suitcase around the block, and you can start a conversation by saying, "What color is your underwear and where are we going?" Okay, that was a bad pun, but that's what we do. So be thinking about the color of your underwear. Be thinking about where you store that carry on bag that you haven't worn or carried in a while, and consider walking around the block with it. You never know what could happen. I also want to give you an update on this trash collection fiasco that has taken over the city. Now we know that trash will be collected daily for the next 15 days. This will happen while Puerto Vallarta's population adjusts to the new schedules. So if you are wondering when to put your trash out, just put your trash out every day, knowing that it will be handled, or at least that's the latest version of our little nightmare. And you know, I recognize the left side of this photo. This is the corner of Basilio Vadillo and Ignacio Vallarta. That is Galeria Contempo. And just looking at that mountain of trash, that can't be good for anyone. But again, change is good. Sometimes it takes a while to adjust to it. And hopefully, as I've been mentioning along the way, hopefully they'll figure out the kinks and will bring our city to a less stinky status. Now, let's take a quick look at the weather forecast and see what's going on out there. Oh, by Apollo's bleached asshole, it is sunny. Well, it is, and the bleaching, well, just made it cold as well. It is, boom, boom, yes, it is 22 degrees out there. Our humidity is at 70%, and our weather forecast says we're going to have clear skies through the day with a high of 26 and a low of 14. Then Friday, tomorrow, mostly clear skies throughout the day with a high of 26 and a low of 14. And then on Saturday, we're going to expect mostly clear skies through the day with a high of 26 and a low of 14. So that's what's going on. While I'm thinking about it, I don't know if you've checked the movie theater schedule lately. I am really excited because there's this animated film that has no dialogue. It's just music and sound effects. It's called Flow, and it's about animals. A little kitty cat that gets caught in a flood. I've seen the trailer. I've seen the movie nominated for a number of things, and it's going to open at Cinepolis on January 1st. So that may be the place where you find me on January 1st. I don't know what color underwear I'm going to be wearing, but I think that's where I want to be on January 1st. And now I want to tell you a couple of things. Let's see. Let's get cultural first, and then let's get last minute-y later. Thanks to the Secretaría de Turismo, or the Ministry of Tourism, we are reminded of the wonderful archaeological site Guachimontones, where the Teuchitlan culture flourished over 2,000 years ago. The Guachimontones archaeological site is located in Teuchitlan, Jalisco, This is about 60 kilometers west of Guadalajara, and it is one of Mexico's most unique prehistoric, um, no, pre-Hispanic sites. If you look at this map, let me put it up on my second screen so that I can point some things out. So here's Guadalajara. Here is the archaeological site of Guachimontones. Now, if you don't recognize these different highways, this one down here, this is the old mountain highway that goes through Mascota and so forth and so on. So you would try to find some kind of detour to get to the archaeological site. Now, this one over here, this is the toll highway. So once again, if you wanted to reach Guachimontones, you would want to take this exit and then find your way over here. Or there might be other ways to do this. And I hope you've been watching my little arrows. There's the archaeological site, there's Guadalajara, and these are the two highways that I'm talking about. Now, what makes it special? Well, it is famous for its circular step pyramid structures, which are rare in Mesoamerican architecture. These structures are believed to have been built by the Teuchitlan tradition, a culture that flourished again between 300 before the Common Era, 300 years, and 900 years before the Common Era. The site's distinctive circular pyramids, such as the largest one known as the Temple of the Wind, served as ceremonial centers and are thought to have been used for rituals possibly related to astronomy and fertility. Surrounding the pyramids are terraces, ball courts, and other structures that form part of a complex social and religious landscape. So Guachimontones reflects a highly organized society with an emphasis on communal activities and reverence for natural cycles as suggested by its alignment with solar and lunar events. The culture's decline is thought to have coincided with the broader social and political changes in Mesoamerica during the Classic period. But this final photograph that I want to show you confirms this alignment that we're talking about. If you look at the pyramids from above, you can see how their positioning is not coincidental in any way. The area was rediscovered in the 1970s by archaeologist Phil Wygand, and the site has since been partially restored, and it is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It offers it offers visitors a glimpse into the unique cultural practices of the pre-Hispanic people of Western Mexico. I've never been, and it's definitely on my bucket list. Maybe this year, maybe I will go to Guadalajara in a car or something that allows me to explore this fascinating place. If you've been, feel free to let us know in your comments. And I have 3 more things that I want to share with you. This one is just a reminder. There's going to be free Lucha Libre at the Pitillal Main Plaza this Saturday at 7 p.m. What a great excuse to go and hang out in Pitillal through the afternoon and explore its many knickknacks, then find a place to grab a bite, and then go check out the Lucha Libre at 7. It is free for a cause. All you have to do is donate a toy to enjoy the matches. I'm going to be there with my camera. And then I also want to remind you of this. Somebody asked me about this in a private comment. This is that organized day trip to San Sebastián that I mentioned the other day. This is organized by a local company called Romelio's Tours. They pick you up at the Pitillal Plaza early in the morning at 8 a.m. Then you go to San Sebastián del Oeste and spend the entire day on Monday, January the 20th, which is Patron Saint Day. You get to enjoy the fiestas, the rodeo, the music, and you get back to Puerto Vallarta on the same day on a bus at 10 p.m. All of this only for 500 pesos for transportation. Everything else, of course, you pay for yourself. This was in the show notes last week. but I'm going to put it in the show notes again, just in case somebody wants to go and check out the patron saint fiestas in San Sebastian, but you have no way to get there. Last but not least, I'm going to leave this on as we are starting to look at comments because, this is that time of year when I'm restructuring some things here. I'm taking a look at making some changes to our website, and I would love it if you would write in a comment the ending of this phrase. I wish Coffee and Headlines would cover more news about blank. So there you have it. That is my little humble wish. And can I play our happy music from here? If I can find it. No, I can't find it. Okay, well, you know what you have to do. I'm going to switch over to chit chat mode and turn the music on. There you go. I wish Coffee and Headlines would cover more blank. That is your mission. More news about blank, rather. So, let's see what we have here. Da, 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 da. Many hellos. I appreciate those very much. Great wishes back at you, Sue. Hope everything had a good Christmas or a happy first night of Hanukkah. I'm not complaining here. I had a great celebration just chilling at home. Pum pum pum. Muffin. I hope you're enjoying Mrs. Logan. Please say hello to your mom and dad. Enjoy your family while you can and come back safely. Let's see. Oh, happy Kwanzaa. Thank you very much for that. We're covering as many bases as we can. Let's see. Don't plan on going until January 3rd. Well, Sue, maybe you can fetch some wine for me. I'm not planning on going. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I will go sometime in the near future. But oh my goodness. Fantastic. We are getting ready to serve our sold out friends and family public dinner. Woo-hoo. I love it. Congratulations. Let's see. Oh. Our Queen of Questions says, I sure would like to be in Puerto Vallarta right now. Miss that chocolate cake, that flan. Miss that chocolate cake flan the best. I love it. Gura gives us a report. Oh my God, our collection yesterday, Francisca Rodriguez just up from the pier, happened last night. Christmas Day, 10 p.m., they did not seem so happy. Well, overtime is not something to complain about, and I certainly hope that workers were compensated properly. Yeah. Let's see. Carmen says, let's go to Guachimontones. Let's rent a van. I'm happy to go. Yes, let's make a plan. Yes. Oh my. Stan writes truth by itself, and I don't know if that refers to something else, or if Stan, are you suggesting that Coffee and Headlines should cover more news about the truth? We try to be as truthful as we can. I really do think so. Laura asks, have you been to the archaeological site before? Not that one. I've never been to Guachimontones, Laura. It has been on my bucket list just because it's not common to find round pyramids, at least not in Mexico. So what were these, what was this culture thinking of? Wow, if one could travel back in time, that would be amazing. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Michael. I am. I just chilled. I spent a lot of time watching TV. I spent a lot of time crocheting and thinking and making plans about, the website, the what we do, and all that good stuff. Um, Love your shawl, thank you. Some news said it might snow. No, 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 not here. I really doubted if it would. And this is actually a cowl. A cowl. It's not a shawl. It's got a Mobius twist, so it's just a round thing that I wrap around my shoulders, which is where I get most chilly. Uh, Oh, see, this is what I love about you, Cluster. Rosa, you are amazing. Rosa reports, I've been to Guachimontones. There's a small museum there. If you are passing through El Arenal, plan to stop at Carnitas La Fuente. Great carnitas, handmade tortillas, igual como en casa, just as if it was made at home. But be careful, they will ply you with tequila. Well, sometimes being a little plied doesn't hurt. But thanks for the report. Again, I've always wanted to go. Maybe this year. Um, and speak of the devil, yes, it was you, Barbara, who inquired, and I'm glad you found your answer. But I still thought I would bring the news back to everyone in case other people happen to want to go there. I know that I'm going to be there, so if anybody decides taking that day trip bus, I would love to hear about it because I've been so intrigued about their offerings, but never had a chance to take one of their tours. And of course, if we meet up at the rodeo, that would be a lot of fun. Um, my interesting. My wish is that there was a directory of local places where you can buy stuff you need. I am so intrigued about this comment, Rosa. Please feel free to elaborate because directories are fun, but maintaining directories can be complicated, time consuming. So I'm curious about what kind of directory you're talking about or what kind of stuff you are looking for. I'm not suggesting that Coffee and Headlines will make it happen, but I've been spending the last few days looking at websites and technology for websites and how I can improve Coffee and Headlines and our website to better serve you. I'll be working on the website in the next few days, by the way. Let's see. Eric, a big hug to you, my dear friend and community partner. I hope you're having a good time wherever you are. Let's see. Oh dear. In 2025, perhaps Coffee and Headlines can become the preeminent source for events as it supports the mission of connecting. Oof. How much time do you have, Stan? An events calendar for Puerto Vallarta has been a holy grail for so many years. I can tell you from thinking about it, and I'm talking about years ago, decades ago, when I was working at Vallarta Lifestyles, there was a website, Virtual Vallarta, and there was always the thought of an all-encompassing events calendar. And the technology is tricky. Getting people to submit their information is tricky. Then the opposite of that, which is having enough staff to go looking for events to feature, is time consuming and tricky. It is a holy grail. I know that there is a calendar in town right now that may or may not be associated with the PV Mirror. I don't know the details. I hear you, Stan, but I just don't think we are going to become the holy grail of events. But we are going to continue to extend invitations for any movers or shakers to come tell us about what you're doing through the spotlight. That is our best alternative. We may not have all the events, but we do think that events are important. And I'm rambling, but it is a subject, Stan, that is very dear to my heart, but it's difficult. Would cover Recent updates and changes to public services and labor laws that have a direct impact on the service industry workers that the cluster comes in contact on a daily basis. For example, the recent increases in the federal minimum wage. Thank you for that, Logan. Well, these types of news connect directly to our experience as English-speaking locals. I am so happy to consider this, and as a matter of fact, we constantly look for those types of news. Sometimes it's difficult to report it because it's difficult to find sources, but thank you for that suggestion. Let's see. More good wishes for the holidays. Alan says, I was told some of the pyramids were found when excavating on a hill. Now I look at hills and wonder, well, it keeps happening. It keeps happening all over the place, at least in Mexico. When new highways are made, they find archaeological sites quite constantly. January 20 is the inauguration day for the new president. I am not a fan, but I will be watching. Oh, you mean up north? Okay, gotcha. I didn't know exactly when that was going to happen. The International Friendship Club is doing an orientation on Vallarta life. Good place to find out interesting info about living here. I hope that the International Friendship Club will create a Facebook event for this so that we can share more details with anybody that might be interested in this. And I think this brings us to the end of today's broadcast. Thank you so much for all your comments and your suggestions. Thank you for forwarding our information, and for subscribing and for supporting what we do. Tomorrow is December 27th. It's my Christmas and New Year's combined. It's the date in which I arrived to Puerto Vallarta. What is it? 23 years ago. My life changed for the better. So tomorrow is my day to be happy, sad, melancholic, and all over the place. But we'll be here, of course, as usual, celebrating my 23rd anniversary of having come to Puerto Vallarta and having not left. Between now and then, have a great day, and I hope to see you tomorrow morning. Take care.